Well, you mean besides a 2 and a 1-year-old, right?
Right. Your kids.
Right. Yes, they're pretty good at that. They're very, very consistent. They don't know the meaning of daylight savings time. They definitely get me up. So that is one of the reasons I do get up, because I get to spend time with them in the morning, and that's fun for me. Fun seeing my 2-year-old come up with some of the craziest things that you would just wouldn't imagine, and seeing my 1-year-old continue to just follow kind of right behind her and do what 1-year-olds do. So that's definitely part of it. A part of what drives me, though, today and is helping other people. Is there are so many questions, especially around real estate investing, that people have and that they want answered, and they want to do it. Everyone loves this burn mailbox money. They want to know how, and they want to have access and touch someone who can and who has, or more importantly, who is doing it. And I want to help as many people who want it and are willing to do the work do it. So what gets me up are people, that like you, people that listen to this show, people that want to make something happen and are willing to do what it takes, willing to eliminate the comfort zone and expand beyond their means to figure out, or their current reality, I guess is a better way of saying that, expand beyond that so that they have the ability to have access to more and understand more about themselves and the world around them. That's exciting. That's living, if you ask me. If you're not doing those things, you're just existing. And being able to be in this time is a great time. I mean, many people are talking about how it's all economically bad and all these things are happening. Well, I'm not going to downplay anyone's, downfall, so to speak, or any troubles that anyone is having. I know what it's like to have all of these troubles, but what I also know is that inside of chaos is such great opportunity but only for those that are trained and willing to see it and seize it. And if you can't do both of those, it's just, good news.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So helping people, and I like that because I get a real supercharging of effect out of helping other people as well. And I know I have a lot of people that listen to this show. They're listening for their do-over, and they're looking for tips, and so many of the focus based off the response I get from emails and phone calls is all about making money. It's all about how do I make more and how do I do it differently this time so I can keep it. And you seem to have a pretty good grasp on that. If someone wanted to get in touch with you so you could help them, how would they do that?
Well, the best way to find me is if you had my cell phone number, you'd text me. But no, we're not going to go there. The best way to find me is actually online. You can find me at thecashflowdiary.com. That's THE, cashflowdiary.com. That particular blog is a website where I'm actually talking about the idea of financial literacy and education as it relates to creating passive income, specifically through real estate. Some of the other educational sections that will soon be there are interviews with some of the vendors and people that I use to help create the passive income that I've created, and continue to help other people to give them access to resources, tools, and tips, and even some of that nasty math understanding that you got to have just to make, $20 of passive income a month. And one of the best things anyone can do is to understand the value of passive income, how $20 a month passively is worth so much more than $8 an hour.
Mm-hmm. So great. So the cashflowdiary.com, I'll put that in the show notes as well for everybody. So what's going on, Jay, or what do you see in your future right now that just really, really excites you?
What really, really is exciting me at this moment is watching this podcast, because I am so excited for you. I mean, it's not directly related to my future, but it's exciting to see people grow and to start to take on new challenges. And I know for myself, some of those new challenges include things like starting to do bigger real estate projects where we're starting to, rehab and gentrify certain areas, if you will, that are currently economically depressed all across the U.S. to where we can, go out there and, purchase a set of homes or purchase, big multifamily complexes with the help of, private equity investors and whatnot. We go out there and collectively use those funds to help certain areas and sections of the city to rehabilitate it and make it better and to generate, wealth, and most importantly, to help people and provide a quality place at a quality price so that everybody wins at the end of the day, and we're providing jobs for individuals in these areas. And it's been exciting to see it grow, to see it happen, to be a part of it, and just to hear even community response. I mean, some of the greatest things have happened when you just go out there and you just try to help so many people. It starts to snowball and happen a lot faster than you originally intended. So, I mean, we've even done we started making contact with, I guess is the best way to say it, with, some nonprofit organizations that help, abused women and men in abusive relationships and all these things with their real estate. Because sometimes, believe it or not, there's an issue between two people, and the reason one of them are staying there is because they have a house that they can't get out of, and they don't know how, and they just need some help. And it's been amazing to realize what can happen and what can come when your goal is focused on helping, other people. And yes, through the process of helping other people, does my company, do I get to make money? Does that create a lifestyle? Absolutely. But what I spend my day talking about are the people that I've helped, because that's what makes it all worth it, is at the end of the day, I get to look people in the eye and say, I helped you, and they know that, and then they're grateful for it. And even if it's someone who I'm only helping them because they're a private investor and their retirement plan isn't doing as well as they would like it to in these days. And now we can help them earn a bigger, better return. It doesn't really matter how I help people. What's important to me is that I help people. And pulling all of these resources together, this is a great, great time for a lot of Americans to be able to go out there and be the solution that we always talk about and want to be about. And instead of saying, someone should do that, we can come together and make that happen. And we can have America's do-over, if you will.
That's awesome, and I'm actually very excited about the future as well, because I'm excited. This is our famous last question on our show here, and it's, when it's time for you to leave this earth, what does Jay Massey? What do you want to be remembered for?
Although that's the last question, that's probably the first question people should be asking themselves for their do-over. Let me make sure I say that, because ultimately, whatever it is that you're looking to build should be leading towards this. And for me, just if I could just simply do things like be known as a faithful individual, be known as a generous individual, be known as a source, a resource, and a source of good news for people and help, that would be immensely important, as well as leaving a legacy for my daughters so that they can go out there and, create a lifestyle for themselves and also be a source of positive influence, because that is definitely something, all of us, if we strive to do so, and again, create that eustress, more of us together can become that positive influence that we complain about not being in our lives, and now we can take control and become that. So, being, like I said, faith, family, and business, those are kind of the things that really go through my head when you say, when you leave this earth, what is it that you want to be known for? I'd want to be known for quality faith, quality family, and the quality business.
Awesome. You pointed out a really good point just when you started to answer this question, is perhaps this should be the first question that people answer, and I absolutely agree. Beginning with the end in mind is really, it just sets out the roadmap, and awesome answer. Thank you for sharing. I mean, I know everybody that's listening is starting to understand why I'm so blessed to be working with you, and how you've made such an impact on my do-over, and how important it is to have a good mentor and surround yourself with the right people. And you just did not disappoint, and you've totally delivered a ton of value to our listeners today. And I just want to really, really thank you for being here today, Jay.
I am so excited. Again, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be one of the first that have been here on the show to help in the do-over, and I'm glad that you are a credible do-over person yourself, and that's one of the greatest things about working in a community and an environment with you, Stress, that I hope your listeners are getting, is that you can't help but do over if you stay around the right people. You have no choice. It becomes weird to not go out there and do something you've never done and become a better you. And that's exactly what you're doing, and that's exactly what inspires me, is that, wow, you're out there, you're actually doing it for other people and giving them an opportunity to have access to the knowledge and the technology and the training and the just the terminology and the people and all the things and resources that you and your website, your blog, and your book are bringing together. It is such an integral part of so many people. I can't wait to start to see the comments and all the things that people are going to say, because you're going to be that person, and you are that person for them right now. And that's what's exciting as we get to work together and continue to grow up in this business, is continue to just help so many other people. And that's what gets me overjoyed right now. And so if I can be even a small part of that, that's exciting for me.
Great. Well, you've been a little bit bigger than a small part. So again, thanks for being here today. Maybe sometime in the future, would you mind coming back and sharing what you've been up to?
Yeah, I have no problem with that. Absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks, Jay. You have a good one. Thanks again for being here.
Bye-bye.